Okay, we are back here live with our third project of the day. I'm using the art gallery bundle here, and this has been the feature of the mini catalog, so I just had to get to it. So pretty and beautiful. So let's see, Fine Art Floral is the name of the collection, so it is on page 32, and this collection or suite is featured all over the whole catalog, so there's lots and lots of samples to look at. It's got that beautiful gold leafing that I showed you a few weeks ago, the folder I showed you I think in the last video, and this beautiful art gallery paper, which was actually it's fine art floral designer paper, which was hand painted on canvas, and then of course they photographed it and computerized it into our paper. So let's get started on our project. This is a twofer because when I cut out the supplies for the shadow box card, which is a fun fold, there were enough leftover pieces to make this other card. So I have this on the handout. You can see how I made it. So one strip all folded up for the shadow box card, and then there was a little piece left for the other card, and then two little strips. So the one strip on the bottom I used for the sentiments, and then there's a little bit of leftover cardstock here. So this is the only piece left from my whole sheet of cardstock, so I'll have to think of something fun to do with that sometime. So the shadow box card is a little bit tricky, so I'll have to make sure I look at my directions this time and not just go right ahead with everything. So add one of the designer series paper pieces to the front of the card. So this is going to be the front, and when you open it, you've got your box here. So now the piece on the front is going to have your words on it. So you want to pick the piece, a piece that you think that is going to look nice on the front with the, let's see, where are my words? My words are right here. Just want to say. So maybe I should pop those out. I should have had those ready to go and find which one looks good that way. And then the other one will go in the shadow box. So the other one, you want to make sure you have your prettiest flower one to go inside your box. So they're both so pretty I can't decide, but let me try this one. We'll put this one in the box. So this one's going to go in front, and I have to put glue on the flowers because I am going to use the patterned piece for my front, because that's where my words are going to go. You could do it on the flower too if you wanted to. They just wouldn't show up quite as well, but that way you wouldn't cover up those pretty flowers. And I should be using, let me get out my, didn't have this ready, my silicone mat and my sponge for when I'm doing words. It just makes it so much easier to do words. So we've got the just, and then just want to say, and then all of those sentiments that were in art gallery stamp set can go inside. So any of these, just want to say, I miss you, congratulations, happy birthday, good luck, sorry, thank you, best wishes, your love, I'm thinking of you. So any of those will be good for the inside. Or make up your own, add your own sentiment of your choice. Just want, yeah, I say glued up, I need to make room for two. And of course the words can be put in any order or any sort of a longer line, or however you want to do that. Just want to say. All right, and there is a little piece for the J, which I don't know where mine went to, so I'll have to find it later. But you don't really need it. If you do find the little piece, it should be in there someplace. Check your envelope. All right, back to the directions. Fold on all the score lines. So there's 1, 2, 3 score lines. 1, 2, and I have done most of the scoring for it. Actually, there's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 score lines. So there's 2 that haven't been done, and that's what you need to make the box. So one of the score lines is right there next to the box. And then the other score line is right at the very end. So those are the 2 additional score lines that you might have to fold. So I could get my bone folder out there and get all ready. Because we want the card when it's opened to make a box. So that makes the box. But then when it's in the envelope and folded, we want it to be flat. So this little skinny piece at the very end, that's going to go against the front of the card. So let me see. Adhere the DSP to the inside panel. Okay, now that we've got that other folded, you'll know exactly where this panel goes. So it'll go right there in the center, and that will be visible when the card is open. So we'll add that piece there. Okay, now place adhesive on the back of the small edge and adhere to the front. Okay, I think I used tear and tape when I did it before, but since I've got my liquid glue here, we'll just put a little tiny strip of glue on that little tiny piece there. Okay, now if I fold that down flat like that, it should be exactly in the right spot to pick it up. So it is flat like this. And then when I open it, it's not quite dry yet, so we'll wait till it dries. But then when I open it, we'll show you on the one that's already done. When I open it, it will make the box. So we've got that really neat shadow box look. And that's the one advantage of using the tape is it adheres a lot quicker. So there is that one. And the only other thing I need to do once that dries, I should just score that one a little bit better. There we go. Is stamp and add my sentence. So I used my sample. I used some white ones because I have lots of white strips. But then I thought, oh, that petal pink strip from the cardstock is just the right shape to cut out these fun dies. And those little dies are in the art gallery bundle. So there's these 2 right there, and they are made to fit all of the sentiments in the stamp set. So let's see, what should I do? How about I'm thinking of you, and what's the other one I have ready here? Thank you, and I'm thinking of you. So let's see, I used the black ink. So the nice thing about the photopolymers is you can do your stamping second. I got that a little crooked though, but that's just because I'm nervous, right? And then the thank you like this. Okay, got that a little straighter. Of course, I could always flip this over and do the back, although die cuts usually look best on the front, so I think I'll just go with that. And I'm gonna use the mini dimensionals, and I think I'm gonna use the smaller one on the shadow box card, and then the larger one on the twofer card. So we'll just stick that in there, and that one's ready. It's done. Just wanted to say, well, it will be done if I can find the little top to my J, otherwise it will be done. And then this is the piece, the negative of the die cut. So we're going to use our negative and not throw it away. And we have one last little bit of designer paper. Now when I cut those pieces of designer paper, I just cut 3-inch strips. And so I had the 2 pieces for the shadow box card, and then this is the leftover piece from the bottom of that. So that will fit nicely down there. So we are going to look at the directions, add the smaller designer series paper to the left. Oh, this is Blushing Bride, I guess. I thought it was Petal Pink. No, I think it is Petal Pink. Petal Pink. Where's my... Yeah, Petal Pink. I didn't get the right color down there. So Petal Pink cardstock, and then we'll add this. And I'm going to just put my liquid glue on there. And I'm just going to hold this under it for now because I want it to get, make sure that it's covered and get it in the right position there. Okay, that's about right. And then I'm going to put dimensionals under the sides here. And I've almost run out of dimensionals, so I'm going to start using my edges. Don't want to waste anything. And that's going to go on the top there. Quick and easy. And then guess what? I just put it on my I just put it on my sample. Well, there's the card I should have put it on. Can I quickly? Well, I might have to do some surgery here and cut that out, but you get the idea. So that's going to go on the front, and then on the inside, you're going to have your sentiment. And again, you can pop that up on dimensionals if you like. So we've got a 2-for card and a shadow box card. So these both fit in a note card size envelope, or you can just slide it into a larger envelope too. So, or make your own envelope. That might be fun too. But I had a lot of extra note card envelopes, so that's what I went with. So who else makes mistakes like I just did? Have you ever stuck something on the wrong card? Look at that. But I can fix that. I can just the glue's already hardened, but I can just cut that off and stick it in the right piece, and it'll work fine. There's always a way to fix your mistakes, right? Okay, so there are all the cards for class today. I had fun with all of these in beautiful spring colors, and I used 3 different bundles because I had them and I wanted to use them. There's so many nice ones. So hope you have a good time with making your projects this month and have some ideas for the future. And let's see, did I have anything else I wanted? Oh, I do have a few others I wanted to show. This one is using that interesting folder that we saw that you can't get right now, but will be back in stock soon. And the ribbon is also part of that suite, the Fine Art Floral Suite. This one I did put the good luck on, so that I can use that for a St. Patrick's Day card. Let's see, this one I used the gold leafing and some of the dies to cut that out. And again, there's that interesting background. And I did some speckling too. So I took my marker. Let's see, do I still have the markers here? No, I'm put them away. But anyways, just flick a little bit of ink on the marker. And I did use the gold leafing too. And then this is a card I did in a Facebook Live recently where I showed 3 different ways to use the gold leafing. So I had fun playing with that gold and giving a few tips on how to use it. And I didn't think it was too messy. Once I got the hang of it, it was no more messy than embossing powder. So I had a lot of fun doing those. So anyhow, there's Fine Art Floral, and have a wonderful week. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments, and I'll get back to them later today. And I hope to hear from everybody. I'm glad that a bunch of you got to see it live, because it's always fun to see everybody's faces there. So Priscilla and Kim and Pat, so thanks for joining live. And if you're watching the replay, you can still put a comment down below, and I enjoy hearing from you. Thank you, and have a great week.